Hi, my name is Luis Diaz, and I'm Associate Pastor of Student Ministries at Harvest Inn Rolling Meadows. Today's topic is bullying, what it is, how to identify it, and what to do about it. Now, bullying. When we think of Hollywood and its portrayal of bullying, you think of movies like Marty McFly in Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. It's a fun movie to watch. I'll say this: when Biff takes one to the chin, that's the end of Marty McFly's bullying. I'll say this as well in The Karate Kid. Ralph Macchio's character, of course, ends his bullying problem by kicking a kid in the face, which then completely ends the movie as well. So that's how Hollywood portrays bullying and its end. Unfortunately, there's a documentary that was created that's a little bit more accurate as to how bullying is in America. It's persistent, it's ongoing, and really that is the definition of bullying. It's ongoing aggressive behavior causing harm or distress to another. And it's an imbalance of power where one student that has power inflicts pain and hurting and suffering on another student. Now, what does it look like and what forms does it come in? Versus verbal. Number one, verbal. That's insults, put downs, racial slurs, ethnic slurs, that type of thing. The second is physical. Kids are getting black eyes. Some kids are getting their arms turned right behind their backs. Some kids are getting wrestled to the ground. People are stealing things. Bullies steal things from those being bullied. It's hard. Social rumors are being spread. When one person spreads a rumor of another, that is bullying. Another form of bullying is electronic. That whole idea of cyberbullying, sending a Facebook post saying, "Oh, you're terrible." I know it gets way worse than that when bullying, but and just putting those things and constantly bombarding our students with that. Now, here's a couple stats for you about bullying. Bullying at any one moment. So if we were to take a snapshot of what bullying looks like right now, according to the stats, a survey done of about 15,000 students between 7th grade and 10th grade. In those students, 11% of those reported being bullied. 13% admitted to bullying others, and 6% of that group said that they were both bullied and had been targets of bullying. So this is a huge issue within student ministries. So these, of course, are only stats, and this is just a little piece of the actual problem. Bullying causes students to become depressed, full of anxiety. I mean, they stop going to school because they're so afraid, so fearful, and we need to do something as the church. So you as the youth leader, here's a couple points for you to identify bullying. One, if you see kids that look like they're injured, they got cuts and scrapes and scratches, black eye, something like that, could be a sign of other things, but for today's purposes, bullying, right? That's just something to think about. Anxiety, right? These kids are missing school, they come in moody, that type of thing. They may be tearful and just talking to them, and they just don't want to go to school. Another thing is just ongoing physical symptoms. Some of them have recurring stomach aches because of the fear that's being caused to them. Some of them always have headaches. So one way that you can remedy all this is ask how the students are doing at school. How are things going for you at school? What's going on? Is anyone giving you a hard time? Is there anybody that you constantly think about that may cause harm to you? These are questions that you can ask your students. So churches, our job in the church is to be a safe haven for our students. And if we are not doing that, we are not doing a good job. Our Lord says many different things about bullying. Just a couple verses to give you. Psalm 10, verses 12 through 14. Those who face bullies have God's help. And it reads like this: Lord, lift up your hand, O God, and do not forget the helpless. Why does the wicked man revile God? Why does he say to himself, he won't call me into account? But you, O God, do see trouble and grief. You consider it to take it in hand. The victim commits himself to you. You are the helper of the fatherless. Our Lord cares for those that are getting bullied. We need to realize that. So, action plans to close. Be an attentive adult. Look for those that are being bullied and, well, those that are bullying, right? You have to make your small group a safe haven for our students. Another thing is, don't let bullying in any one of the forms that we mentioned go unchallenged. Make sure that if some kid is making fun of another kid in your small group, you challenge that. You stop that. Your small group is a safe haven for our students. Don't. Now, another thing is for you middle school leaders, pay attention to our middle schoolers. Bullying, for whatever reason, is so much higher in that age. The next thing is just keep watching, keep listening. Who needs help? There might be someone in your group that really does need help. And, well, obviously, pray for our students. That's one of the biggest things that you can do. Pray for and with our students. If any of the students do tell you about bullying, they're being bullied, or that type of incident is happening with them. And then finally, just for myself, am I bullying the students? Am I being a little too rough with a student? Am I being a little too rough with a parent? Watch out for those things, guys. Guys, that's pretty much just a little overview on bullying in student ministries. Thanks a lot. Take care. God bless.